Good day everyone, we are the Group 5 and we would like to present to you our final project entitled Implementation of Home Energy Management System using MATLAB Simulink. The main goal of this project are managing consumers' legal energy consumption through smart meters and smart plugs, and planning the best electricity usage of household equipment to keep end users' power costs low in their preferred settings. Solar power is often used as a residential on-site sustainable source of energy which is perfectly incorporated, enabling a reduced reliance of the smart home on the power grid. A DC to DC converter is an electronic circuit or electromechanical device that converts a source of direct current from one voltage level to another. It is a type of electric power converter. Power levels range from very low to very high. The DC bus voltage is maintained by the utility through AC or DC converter, and other loads and distributed generation resources are connected to the DC bus through DC or DC converters. A DC to AC inverter converts and increases the DC electricity from a source, such as a battery, to AC electricity before sending it out to power a device. For example, your home that received the current that is connected to the pole-mounted transformer. A pole-mounted transformers are power distribution transformers that are mounted on a power pole, wood or concrete, and usually horizontal to overhead cables. The power grid is a network for delivering electricity to consumers. The power grid includes generator stations, transmission lines and towers, and individual consumer distribution lines. The generator produces energy, convert energy into a high voltage for distribution. A bidirectional inverter is a pure sine wave inverter capable of linking to the grid and drawing power from additional sources like batteries and solar panels. A battery is a device that converts chemical energy contained within its active materials directly into electric energy by means of an electrochemical oxidation reduction reaction. This type of reaction involves the transfer of electrons from one material to another via an electric circuit. This is the value of power goal. A management system is a set of policies, processes, and procedures used by an organization to ensure that it can fulfill the tasks required to achieve its objectives. In this part, it is the design that you can see the graph of grid power, battery power, solar power, and the created system. In this area inside of solar system, we can see the subsystem. The controlled current source block converts the Simulink input signal into an equivalent current source. The generated current is driven by the input signal of the block. The positive current direction is as shown by the arrow in the block icon. The saturation block produces an output signal that is the value of the input signal bounded to the upper and lower saturation volts. This example shows how to evaluate model assumptions and investigate respecification opportunities by examining the series of residuals. It is the sixth in a series of examples on time series regression. The subsystem of DC-DC converter, photovoltaics, grid power and battery are connected to a home energy management system HEMS as complementary power sources for a given house. Photovoltaic system is connected to HEMS directly. It is rated 5 kilowatts and it is defined by current voltage lookup table. The maximum power point tracking. The electricity from a solar panel is converted using a unidirectional DC or DC converter. Cascade control, which is a sequence of voltage controllers, current controllers, and PWM controllers, drives a unidirectional DC or DC converter to follow the maximum power point estimated using EMP control. HEMS 1. Initially, the battery is not connected to the system, and the two loads are not yet enabled. The power generated by the photovoltaics is almost constant at rated 5 kilowatts by EMP control and is returned to the power grid. 2. Load 13Q is turned on and consuming more than half of power generated. 4. Loads 1 and 2 are then disconnected, and the battery is connected to the system. Loads 1 and 2 are then reconnected in the same sequence as above. It can be observed that the management system can now disconnect the power grid since the combination of solar power and battery power is sufficient to supply the total load.
That's all. Thank you for watching.